That man, ladies and gentlemen, what the hell is going on with Derek Carr? Okay? First, you're threatening Stephen A. and my boy Max, saying you want to fight them in an octagon. These guys aren't fighters. They're not even athletes. Okay? They're sports commentators. Okay? Sports historians. Okay? Now listen. Carr, you haven't been producing. I'm not gonna blame what's going on with the Raiders solely on Jon Gruden. Derek Carr, you absolutely deserve some of that blame. And what we're gonna do today with that man Dooley is check out a little first take-ish and see what Stephen A. and the crew gotta say about that bullshit. You feel me? Anyways, this is that man. Subscribe. Like, comment, you understand? Do the damn thing for your boy though, you feel me? That man!
Damien Woody back here with us. Do you agree with Mayock?
Well, first of all, let me say this. Derek Carr going on television, speaking of Golick and Wingo, that was him talking about Max. That wasn't about me. He was talking about Max and Max commenting about, well, he felt Max commented about his character. I didn't take it that way. Max was commenting about what he saw and how it looked, as opposed to what he was or what he is. That's number one. Number two, I had a problem with what Derek Carr had to say because Derek Carr brought up his kids, and that really pissed me off. And the reason why that pissed me off is because it gives the impression that, you know what, we're thinking about your kids when we're commenting about what you do in public as a professional athlete, and that we would take the time to try to excoriate and belittle you or whatever the case may be, knowing your kids are watching and we don't care. That's just, nobody's that
Stevie
cool.
A loves the kids.
Stevie
We
A
all
loves
know
the
that.
kids, you know what I'm saying? And you know what? And by the way, he ain't the only one with kids. I have them. But Max, you guys do as well. So just stop that nonsense. Number three, Mr. Mayock. How can I be nice and say this? Mr. Mayock has done an outstanding job as an NFL analyst on television. His credentials are not to be questioned in terms of his knowledge about the game of football and the analysis that he gave on television. But for him to have a comment about this particular situation, I understand pretty much the premise was applauding Derek Carr and the feistiness and the fight in him. I got it. I'm not taking it personal. I just don't give a damn about what Mayock has to say about this particular issue, Mr. Privileged himself. And I'm going to say it because, Mr. Mayock, you have no experience whatsoever as an NFL executive. So when you talk about what an NFL executive likes, I would appreciate it if you would inform us that you are of that opinion because of your years of exceptional reporting, as opposed to you being a qualified executive when we all know you are not, because you have never done the job.
Oh my goodness. You hear Stephen A. Smith going in on Mike Mayock? Like, what the hell are the Raiders doing? The Raiders will hire anybody. You might as well hire the guy down the street selling his damn, whatever the man's selling, all right? Just hire the man around the corner, why don't you? Okay? Good gosh. Anyway, Stephen A., continue this wording onslaught on Mike Mayock. Only the Raiders would hire a guy named Mike Mayock. The hell? The hell is Mike Mayock, man?
You have the job because you're friends with Jon Gruden. I wish we all could be that privileged. We're not lucky enough to do that or to be in that position. So when you sit up there and talk about media members, shoot from the hip, not really knowing, what are we supposed to know? Even if we sat up there and you know this to be true as a football player, we as reporters could come to you and know every damn thing we're talking about. You ain't gonna dime out your teammates. You ain't gonna dime out your coach. You ain't gonna dime out executives on your squad. You ain't gonna tell us. A matter of fact, you're gonna challenge us because we're not inside that locker room and we're not in that film room anyway. So bottom line is, as a reporter, which Mr. Mayock knows, our job is to talk to, report, and chronicle the things that we hear and what we see. Derek Carr needs to educate himself about what the role of a media member is as well. It's not our job to be experts on the actual sport in terms of what you're doing inside of that film room and what we're seeing. It's our job to listen to you, make sure we chronicle what you say, what you define as success and what you define as failure, and then chronicle that along the way. That is our responsibility as media members. If we knew what you knew, we would be doing what you do. And oh, by the way, we'd probably do it a hell of a lot better than what the Oakland Raiders have done for the better part of the last 20 years. And the last point that I would get to, getting back into Mr. Mayock, is this. One of the things, and I'm not saying that he did this directly or whatever, I just don't like his flippant comment about some members of the media, blah, blah, blah. Shut the hell up about contemporaries or people who used to be contemporaries. Here's why.
Ooh, Stephen A. going in. You hear that? Shut the hell up, Mike Mayock. What the hell is wrong with you? Okay? You think because you know a little bit about something, John Gruden, your boy, you get put on with the Oakland Raiders, one of the most trash franchises in the last 20 years of football, okay? And you want to tell me I'm firing from the hip? First of all, what this is all about is Carr and his play that has not been good. Carr has not been performing. Mind you, he's been hurt. He has been hurt on and off. But other than that, he has not lived up to the contract. And who else pays him that contract but the Oakland Raiders? You know what? I've seen pretty much enough of Stephen A's onslaught. It's real cute. He's telling Mike Mayock to shove it up his ass. And I don't blame him, okay? So, this that man coming back at you. I appreciate if you subscribe to me. I'd appreciate it if you commented. I'd appreciate it if you shared my shit. You know, this that man, y'all know I love it. And I'ma keep doing it. Okay? Holla at your boy, man. That motherfucking man.